Hello guys, welcome. It's me in 2018 with a haircut and pretty much just less random than last year. But that's gonna be okay because who likes random people, am I right? And today we're going to talk about my Scouts experience, which wasn't the greatest, to be honest. I ended up going there for like around about 2 years, but this is the worst camp I had. So basically, it started with me going into the camp all cheery and happy and excited that I'd be camping with my friends without my parents and like doing wide games because they are fun. I mean, for some reason it's fun to like find people in the dark. Don't really know what to say. It's kind of just one of those things where you're like, well, it's fun, let's do it. And in case you don't know what Scouts is, it's basically where you wear like this sort of like uniform, get these badges. But that's not what we're here about today. We're going to hear about the journey where I faced bugs, the absence of sleep, food, and a person who wasn't the most... Okay, he was terrible to be around. I mean, he's in year 7, which is just to start off, you're immature, jokes, John Cena, out-of-date memes. I mean, that's what hurt most. And he had some, like, pathetic grudge against him, but we're gonna call him Athen Bleach. So, starts off, I'm all chirpy and happy, excited to go camping. I arrived there, but to my major surprise, when I get in, parents sign the form off, and I talk to my friends. In the corner of my eye, I see 3 humongous bags of camping stuff. And those are those big, like, tents, which are just, like, really old and kind of militaristic. Well, it's not militaristic, but they are big, triangular, and cold-ish to sleep in. And they get wet if you just lean on them. Don't take that out of proportion, you naughty so-and-so. We all go for registration, which is basically just standing on a horseshoe going, hi. Nice to see you, yeah, it's been a long time. We get on with it, it's pretty boring. And then I'm, out of all of us, selected to take my group's tent with some other people. And keeping in mind with this, I can't remember if I was with any of my friends. Well, I think I was with one friend, but he and I kind of hated each other at that time. And my other friend was in a different tent. So I was just stuck with the weird kid, a friend that I didn't really like anymore, and just random people. Bugs. But I'll get into that later. So we set it up, but I have to mention this friend of mine, who we're going to call Ferry, arrives a bit late. By that I mean we've set up our tents and he's just in time for literally the wide game. It's night. So we're all done setting up the tents. I always want to use the hammer because it's kind of like a traditional Norse hammer depiction of Thor's hammer, which is awesome. I like Thor. If you don't know, Ragnarok was kind of cool. Anyway, Thor hammers aside, I was kind of annoyed that I would be spending a night without my friends. It's kind of like heartbreaking. I was like, we go inside. I think we had like something to eat, like a hot dog before. Then, I think we played a wide game, which is basically, we go into groups of like 2, 3, 4, and then before you go out, some scout people, leaders, just go off and hide, and you've got to find them. I'm sent out in a group of 4 with, I'm going to put his name here, and we sit off with my more than rustly trousers, which kind of annoyed everybody. The crew got to get a bit awkwardly silent, you know, where someone is either forced to talk or the experience is quite miserable and awkward. So we all start talking, and then Athen Bleach starts talking, and it kind of just ruins everything. And, well, as anyone else would do, we ask him to shut up. He goes away. Bye. And we just continue. He doesn't go away, he more like gets pushed to the back of the group because no one wants to talk to him. Now I think of that, that's quite depressing. But anyway, at the time it was just a good way to get him out of our hair, because he's seriously annoying. Anyway, we just play the game for a while, talking, not really actually finding anybody. We're just walking around this quarry that Scouts was based in. And when it gets dark and the whistles are blown, so walking, we got kinda lost. By that I mean, we didn't take the conventional path and we got multiple stinging nettles to the leg. And it kinda hurt because I don't think I was wearing socks, which I should have been. I just have a thing for not wearing socks occasionally, because I just wear Skechers and they're like so comfy, I don't feel the need to wear socks. Anyway, I didn't have socks on, got stung, it really hurt, but that's not the point. He needed to pee. And now when you're quite a distance away from the nearest toilet, and this guy just apparently couldn't pee in a bush, he asks my friend, who I still can't remember, he says, well, I need to pee, and my fingers say, go commando. And he literally takes it so literally, kind of hurts to think about it. So yeah, we're right. We don't know this until later, but he literally did pee himself. And keeping in mind, the laundry bag where everything stinky is kept in the same tent. It's not like it was slightly disgusting at all, which it was. So we arrive back. He tells us that he's peed himself because he took it literally, quite literally. Anyway, it was disgusting. He goes back to get changed after he asks us and reveals the terrifying secret. So we head back in, get something to eat, have like a hot chocolate. It was great. I got to talk to my friend about what they did on the journey around the quarry. And then this is where the 7 hours of non-sleep with critters crawling around the floor happens. Because as you see, in the tent I had, the floor wasn't attached to the walls, so the critters could just literally crawl on top of it. Anyway, the critters can crawl on top of it, which means they can get into our tent, which is really distressing. But it's not like your head's gonna be near them, and then you're gonna be crawling on your face, you're gonna wake up and be like, ah! And like, just cry mightily into the night. But, as you say, it was sleepless. That's not because there's bugs. I can get to sleep with bugs if I just see one, but there were many, so that factored into it. But the main reason was I had forgotten my pillow. And I'm a man that seeks comfort. Anyway, I didn't have it. All I did was having my washing kit, shoes, spare clothes, and a rubber suit to improvise. And I couldn't use my other clothes, well, because I didn't like unpacking stuff when I was like 13. So I was lazy, I just kept it in there. So basically what I got is stuffed in my spare clothes, pushed in my trainers more, and just crammed everything that was just in spare compartments, crammed it in there, pulled the bag tight, and sat it down. Minding you, this isn't much from the ground. I mean, it's like a thick book. Needless to say, it was really uncomfortable. And I was sleeping on a mattress infested with giant beetles. Like, they were the size of my thumb. And mind you, there were spiders, spindly spiders, which I don't like. And I was terrified, pretty much just squatting everything with my shoes. Because I have 2 shoes. So I squat them with the other pair that I had. That wasn't cushioning my head from being infested with things crawling over my face. So basically, I sleep on that in my sleeping bag, closed tight, with fear of bugs sleeping in it, because, you know, it's kind of creepy sleeping with bugs, because I'm not a bug person. I'll never be a bug person, ever, in my life. So I don't get to sleep until, like, what, 4 in the morning? Then we're woken up at 7. That's 5 hours of sleep. Keeping in mind, I'm waking up before 7. And we're woken up at, like, 6:30, so I only got like 4 hours of sleep. Then at 6:30 I had to get my shoes on, get something to eat, have your tea, get back, get dressed, go to the washing room, do my teeth. And I didn't touch it because I left it open and the bugs had managed to climb in it, and I thought that was a little bit too much for me. I am literally just left with 4 hours of sleep, and I've got to go kayaking. I think I made a bench because we had a barbecue, which was lovely because the burgers were and we had some games, which, needless to say, I wasn't really active. Athen Bleach was in my group. 7 hours of John Cena jokes when it hits Facebook success. I'm pretty sure we had fireworks, so we stayed up pretty late, and I'm like, and I was pretty tired. It's not like it was a really traumatizing and uncomfortable experience. But at the end of the day, I kind of did enjoy it, and the camps after that were pretty good. And subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.